If you're moving to Davie, Florida, in a gated community, there are some surprises that families consistently notice. Some are great, some are unexpected. Most buyers I work with in the 600 plus range, often from cities like Weston, Fort Lauderdale, or even out of state, think that they know what they're getting into. However, reality often surprises them. In this video, I'm breaking down the top 3 surprises relocating families experience inside Davie's gated communities, so you can decide if this is a good fit for you and your family. Stick around, the second surprise is the one that trips up almost every out-of-state buyer. So one of the first things relocating families notice when they move to Davie is the feel of the gated community themselves. Many buyers expect tight, cookie-cutter neighborhoods like they see in other parts of Florida or in cities like Weston. But in Davie, communities like Riverstone, Long Lake Ranches, and Savannah Hills often have larger lots, mature fruit trees, and more space between the homes. What that means for families is privacy, more room for the kids to play, potentially space for a pool, and more breathing room overall. Some buyers, they absolutely love this, while others, they're surprised as if they were expecting some type of uniform perfection that you see in other luxury communities. And here's why that matters. The way a community feels from day to day can be just as important as the home itself. It affects your lifestyle, how your kids play, and even your long-term satisfaction with the neighborhood. Now up next is the second surprise, and this one trips up almost every out-of-state buyer. Now the second surprise for families relocating to Davie is not all homes between $600,000 and $1 million are created equally. It's easy to assume that if a home costs $850,000, it should be top of the line, but in Davie, things vary. Some of the factors to consider are lot size, age of the home, school district, flood zone, and HOA amenities. Some sellers also price emotionally, and what that means is a seller will price their home based on what they think the market is worth, rather than looking at the actual market statistics and going from there. And for one of these reasons, a lot of sellers feel like it's still prime time. So what you'll see as a nuance, not only in Davie actually, but in the entire US, is expired listings are up, as well as canceled and withdrawn listings. That's why working with somebody who understands the market is crucial. Otherwise, you could run the risk of overpaying. So here's the key. You want to look at days on market. You want to look at sales price to list price ratios. You want to look at comparable homes. Did it have a pool? Did it not have a pool? Was it sold with a new roof or solar panels? Did it have one car garage, no car garage, circular driveway? Was it a corner lot, etc.? We can get into those nuances, but those are just some of the factors you want to consider before making an offer. And that brings us to the third surprise, the lifestyle in Davie, which is what most families don't expect. When people think of South Florida, they often think of restaurants, nightlife, walkable places, constant energy. But Davie, it's much different than that. It's quieter, more residential, has a feel, and in fact, it has 187 miles just of equestrian trails. And for families relocating from places like Weston, Fort Lauderdale, or even out of state like New York and Chicago, this can be a welcome change. What you'll find in Davie are peaceful streets, room for the kids to play, whether it's in the front yard, the backyard. Your home is going to have a pool. If it doesn't have a pool in a gated community, the community might actually have a pool with a gym to work out, an amenity center, somewhere you could barbecue, grill. And then of course you're going to have more privacy compared to the busier areas. Plus you still have access to the highways. There are a bunch of parks, recreation, there are farmers markets. If you're looking to get to Miami, you want to take about 35 minutes. If you're looking to go to downtown Fort Lauderdale, again, 35 minutes or so, depending on traffic. You can take I-75, which would run to Naples, down to the Keys. You can take the Turnpike, etc., right? 95 going all the way to New York, all the way south, ending in US Miami. So I think perfectly positioned to get you to where you want to go. Almost every family is surprised by this. In fact, Davie isn't really on anybody's radar. It's more of a, if you know, you know. So, but this is one of the reasons, or some of the reasons, that families continue to stay long-term. Is it quieter? Yes. But that's part of the reason families choose to live in Davie, because it's appealing for those who value space, privacy, and a more stable environment. Davie is a great fit for those who value gated communities, bigger lots, privacy, and a peaceful residential lifestyle. And if you're thinking about living here in Davie, my contact information is below. I'm Anthony Spitaleri. I also live in Davie, and I would love to help you and your family find the perfect community for you. If you found this video helpful, make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.